He could be, you know, working with this older male or whatever, but we're going to go ahead and clarify. So I'm seeing multiple people here. Let's go ahead and use this deck to clarify. Let's have a looky-loo. Okay, so 3-4 in the morning is showing that, you know, there is conflict surrounding the King of Swords. There's conflict surrounding the King of Swords. I guess we're going to take them all. They all flipped. So let's see. But the first one that we're going to go ahead and say is the Seven of Wands. You know, it's this uphill battle with this Emperor energy. And this all seems like waiting for somebody to come back. Why does... Yeah, it's like I'm dipping out. Like there's conflict, and so I'm leaving. That's the vibes I'm getting. Ooh, my stomach growling. Y'all know what I'm just not noticing, because this is a fairly new deck, and I know. But anyway, he was getting rid of things. They were in hot water. They wanted to get out of hot water, so they're trying to find a solution. They were hiding things, getting rid of things. Now, this is the Four of Cups, typically unfulfilled, unrequited, or something you're not paying attention to or whatever. But look at this shit. Y'all see that cup all the way up in a tree? Like, it makes me feel like getting rid of evidence, if you will, you know. So let's move forward. But yeah, let's see. What was the conflict that Dre was encountering at 3-4 in the morning? What's the conflict that Dre was encountering at 3-4 in the morning? Okay. This could be conflict including family and or surrounding finances. I do see some aggressive communication here, and this is also about taking action. There we go with the King of Swords. So again, there's conflict surrounding the King of Swords. Anything else? So right now on the surface, when they are saying, you know, that, oh, we found him at 3-4 in the morning, their reaction that I'm perceiving is not, oh, this isn't normal, and so let's just put him on the couch or whatever the case is. No, there's panic here. There is concern here. There is action being taken here. So let's go ahead and clarify. Come on, give me one. All right. There was no signs of responsiveness, you know. And again, this is something we're kind of clear on, ish-esque, but there were no signs of life. And this is a group of people talking about this. So there is a group conversation on some level or another about what decision to make and how to move forward to get out of this conflict. So there's a back and forth here on what to do. So they're bouncing ideas off each other's head or information or whatever the case. But what's this aggressive communication? What is this energy that's rushing in energy? It's coming off as a choice to keep ignoring the King of Swords. Um, so the conflict is that he's not responsive, allegedly. And then it's like leaving, it's leaving Quan alone. What do we do? But it's not coming off like I'm not worried. Uh, in that I think, I stumble upon Quan allegedly. So we going with his story right now. We're going with the story that they told. If I, if I'm saying that I ran into Quan and he was unresponsive, I'm not feeling and thinking, oh, this is normal, and I'm not concerned about this. I am picking up concern, but I'm also picking up the decision to not do anything about it. Okay. I am seeing things being removed from the house. So whether that be drugs or money or whatever, okay? And the decision is not to call the doctor or, the police or whatever the case is, because they wanted to get the drugs out first. So even if I am wrong about the people around him that was in their house, their intentions, say they had nothing to do with it. Again, we're going by their story right now. They had nothing to do with it. This came as a surprise to everybody. They prolonged him getting help by getting rid of whatever was in the house. And I understand that on some level. I do. I'm not here to pass judgment about who's right and wrong and all of that. Like, I'm just telling the story. Okay. But they prolonged getting him help because of possibly some things that was in the house. So let's say everybody's innocent, but it was things in the house that, they wanted to get rid of. Um, so let's go ahead and clarify this one more time, and then we're going to move on to ask if Dre was being honest about the vehicle. Did he indeed get it? Take it, go get fixed or whatever. And I'm sure, maybe there will be a receipt or something like that. You know what I mean? Um, okay. So again, I do feel like he left at some point. We're going to get to that. And I feel like he could have been with somebody when he left or returned with somebody. I could be wrong. Okay. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but yesterday when I said that, oh, Kiara could have been there earlier and came back, I definitely could have been picking up on somebody else's energy. Okay. So, could have been Quick that I'm talking about, or Dre, since we do know that Dre left and came back based off his own words about going to get the car fixed, right? So, was Dre or whoever said that they were going to go get the car fixed, were they being honest? When they were going to go get the van, the car fixed, or whatever, was that true? Hmm. I keep picking up the energy of them like trying to keep him, Quan, out of, keep the kids from seeing Quan. Like that's a big thing I'm picking up on. So I don't know if it was that much commotion going on, but for some reason it's showing me that. But he is, so far I'm not really picking up on him going to get the car fixed. I don't know, whatever. But I am picking up on him being panicked and trying to get out of there. Okay. Um, and his reason for getting out of there is whether he was trying to get other things out the house or he's panicking or whatever the case is. But let's see. I do see him gone, and he may not have returned until like the sun was getting ready to come up or something like that. So he was gone for a while. I don't really see anything with the vehicle there. So let me see. What about the car? Is there something we should know about this vehicle? There's something we should know about this vehicle. Okay. Tell me more about that. The hell? Yeah. All right. So either way, the vehicle is something that was used to move things from the house. I feel like that's mainly the thing. So whatever was used to poison him allegedly was removed from the house, money, drugs, or whatever. And why the death twice? That's what I'm saying. Things that, so the cup that I've been mentioning since day one, um, or whatever was in it, whatever, things connected to um, Quan's unaliving was removed from the house. And that's what the vehicle has to do with this overall. Um, let's see. What else should we ask about this video, the body cam footage? That's why I like the pausing thing better. I get time to kind of think. Um, so as we watched this, body cam footage, we started to realize that, the police that were on the scene had suspicions that at the very least, the people there weren't being honest. Um, so maybe we should go over some questions that we've already asked as well, just to see if we're getting the same energy or if we kind of understand it differently now. Um, was Quan alive between 3 and 4 a.m.? And this would technically be the fifth, right? If we're going past 12 a.m., that would go into the next day. So this is all starting the drinking and the drugs and everything that, they're saying or what we're speculating about. This would have started on the fourth, right? And y'all, let me know because, it's a thin line here. So it would have started on the fourth. After 12 a.m., it would have been going into the fifth. So was Quan alive at 3, 4 a.m. going into the fifth? Was Quan alive at 3, 4 a.m., the time that multiple people said they seen Quan? Is he alive? Because one person is saying, oh, 3, 4 a.m., I found him on the floor. I'm responsive. I moved him to the couch. Another person is saying, yeah, he was down hanging out with us in the basement. So, you know what I'm saying? Um, was Quan alive at 3, 4 a.m.? Was Quan alive? Okay, he was still alive, but he was already in a state. Okay. Ooh. So, but shortly at, that's interesting. Let me see what else comes out first. Let me try to listen and understand what this is saying. Okay. So it's giving me in between energy, right? Like he's still alive. He may still have a pose. But he is already laid out, right? He's already unresponsive, we will say. And then I do see somebody seeing him and realizing that, or thinking, or, at least having a thought that, like, is he gone? Okay. You know, this is Quan. I know we got the King of Cups. Maybe that's who found him, but Quan is already laid out. He's in between. Um, and every time we get a king or queen or whatever, it doesn't always represent a person. It's representing energy that is present in that moment that we're looking at as well. So that's my perception, right? But for me, the Knight of Pentacles um, is like you're for me, he looks like he's analyzing something. And that's why sometimes when I do show the cards, I tell you what it means for moi. Okay. I tell you what it means for me. May not be everybody's, but and you may not agree, but at least you know where I'm coming from when I say to me, this is that energy. Okay. Somebody's analyzing, somebody's looking at it and like, is this person okay? You know? So even if everybody innocent, right, and nobody actually poisoned him on purpose, there is a moment where he is discovered and there's a question about him being okay. All right, so let's move on. Okay, show me this. Show me this. Again, bruh, come on, man. Come on, man. This is under that Four of Swords. laying prone, stiff as a fucking board. Like, you get the idea of what this energy is representing. There was a decision, there was an analysis, there was concern at 3, 4 in the morning when he was discovered. There was concern about whether he was alive or not. So again, they're not like, oh, he's let me just put him. That's not the vibes that I'm picking up. Okay, there was a decision to do nothing. All right, why the Knight of Pentacles? Okay, now this is so weird. Okay, now sometimes I get the gist of an energy, but I cannot like verbalize it effectively the way that I want to, or maybe I just don't understand, right? Um, but with this analysis, I keep picking up that energy of the long game. Like, I don't understand why it's popping up there where it's popping up. I, maybe it's consideration, like, oh, if this is true, maybe this can happen. It's like, how can I word that? It's almost like keeping it to somebody's self or leaving him there. We know put him on the couch, left him, right? But it's like standing firm in the mission. I could be off and get through this. Like, I'm focusing on the end goal, the victory. Why the Ten of Swords twice? Why the Ten of Swords twice? Again, it makes me feel like I need to hide things so they're not discovered. That's the way I feel about it. Let's do this one. Oh, yeah, I got to answer the door. Hold on.